Hello, everyone. I'm Alicia from KuCoin. I'm managing director of KuCoin. So I believe that most of us, maybe everybody, are pretty satisfied of what we have done and also the progress of last year. So today, our topic would be all about 2025. We're gonna share some of the thoughts of the trends and what we're going to do. So can we have some short introduction of each of you from Jason?
Sure. I'm Jason. I'm Chief Innovation Officer at OKX. At OKX, we're a crypto exchange. We're a crypto wallet, a platform really just trying to make crypto and Web3 accessible to all.
I'm Gracie Chen, Managing Director. Gracie Chen, CEO of Biget. So I was Managing Director, and when I met Jason, Alicia earlier, that's just the introduction that I did all the time. Anyway, I became the CEO in May of 2024. Since I joined Biget about early 2022, that was actually 1 week before Luna collapsed. So I have been through, Luna collapse, FTX collapse, and lots of roller coaster events in the industry. And I can probably call myself a veteran, just like these guys now. So Biget is a centralized exchange. We are one of the largest, together with OKX, Binance, Bybit, KuCoin, etc. We serve about more than 100 million customers in the world, including our Biget wallet side. We worked with Leo Messi as our ambassador. Actually signed him up before the World Cup, so that's quite a good bet. And now we also work with La Liga in order to drive the mass adoption to the sports community. Yeah.
Michael Cameron, I'm the co-founder and chief marketing officer of Vanilla Finance. We're one of the largest DEXs on the market right now. We've had massive success. We've onboarded roughly around 6 million users just a short 6 months since we've launched. We've, super excited about bringing really revolutionary products into the DEX space, and so far we've done a great job of that, and we're going to continue doing that. A little, history about myself. I originally joined the space back as far as 2013, so it's about 12 years in crypto for me. So I'm excited about this topic because I don't think it's just about 2025. It's about my whole journey and even 2026 and beyond. Crypto's here to stay, and I'm super happy to be here and super bullish.
Hello, my name is Ryan, co-founder of Hash. Hash started from 2016. We have been investing to many projects, about 200 projects so far, and mainly we invest Western, Eastern, kind of positions as a bridge between them. And we are very specialized to invest many consumer products, such as IP, content, gaming, etc. And we have, I'm based in Singapore, and I'm very excited to be here talking about how the innovation will happen in Web3.
Okay, so let's start from the first question. So Michael, I've noticed that you've been enjoying this industry for over 10 years. So we always talk about Web 2, Web 3, and this and that. I want to know some of your thoughts about what did Web3 impact the traditional world?
Sure, yeah. Back in 2013, 2014, that was the whole narrative. Long before tokenization was even really a thing, everyone was talking about Hyperledger. I haven't heard the word Hyperledger in a very long time. But Hyperledger was basically IBM's chain. They were focused on bringing things like supply chain, manufacturing on chain. That discussion is long gone. But I think it's important that we remember why we're here. The foundation of blockchain is why we're here. Crypto might be the layer on top, but it's the beautiful technology underneath that really brings us to that next level. Of course, you need people to make money and to earn money to make it exciting and create mass adoption. But I think the technology is really the key part for me, and always has been. Early in 2013, I was able to work on a product, supply chain product, that really brought a traditional Web 2 supply manufacturing company to do things like tracking on chain, making sure that the due process of manufacturing on chain, all that stuff was really exciting back then. And unfortunately, there was no such thing as mass adoption at that point, and was not even part of the discussion. But to see where crypto has come today, I think that we've still kept a lot of the great ethos, but I think we've also fell off the rail on some of the other parts of crypto. So we all have to make sure to keep level-headed and remember why we're here and what brought us here in the first place.
Let me just add something. In 2013, I was at these Bitcoin meetups in the Bay Area. It was Bitcoin only, right, at that time. And the dream was, what if we could have nation states look at this? And like Maria said just earlier, it feels like we've already won in some sense, right? We've made so much progress over the past however many years it has been. And so, yeah, now it's like, how does that actually impact us, across the real world? So we'll see.
Okay, great. So I believe in last couple years, Big Ed got very good, big progress of the user adoptions. So any secrets you want to share with us, Gracie?
Sure. And it feels especially honored if it's said by a competitor like yourself, like KuCoin. KuCoin has been doing great as well. So for the last cycle, I would say, well, when I joined Big Ed, we only have about 150 employees. Now we have 1,800. When I joined, according to CoinGecko, we are probably only a top 15-ish exchange, and now we are top 5, both derivative exchange and spot market. So back to Alicia's question, the secret sauce for gain, for me, is probably a good combination of the wise decisions that we made along the way. I can dive a bit deeper into like specific things there. But another thing is how we put security protection at the center of our centralized exchange user experience, and how our team are really working hard together towards that goal. So in 2022, actually before FTX went bankrupted, we actually had something called protection fund already. It was a 200 mil protection fund, and now it's more than 600. I think that's the second largest protection fund in the industry, probably only after by the SAFU. What this protection fund does is we set aside Bitcoin, USDT, USDC. It doesn't include our platform token, BGB. So only the very, very mainstream token. I think we included Ethereum for a little period of time, so we even excluded Ethereum. Our point is, all these cryptocurrencies we set aside are in open wallets that people can check. You can actually right now go to our website, search for protection fund, and you get to see all those open wallet addresses and see the money already there. And we did use the protection fund when there were situations like there were ones that our bigger wallet was hacked a little bit, and we used the protection fund to accommodate all our users. So unstable system or anything bad that happened, we use the protection fund to protect our user. So things like that, I think, really helped us build a reputation and give our user a sense of security, which is extremely important in the current market. Everyone, we're looking for alpha, we're looking for 10x opportunities, but that was before FTX. Like now, I'm not saying people are not looking for things like that, but underlying the foundation is still, my asset has to be well protected because of the bad events we saw in the FTX case. As we probably know, that they started to redeem their users' fund. Until now, like it just barely started, not even finished. So we put that at a very center stage. Other things like, we signed Leo Messi, and he, I think we competed with another exchange for Leo Messi, but we got him in the end. And that was also luck a little bit because we didn't really thought, like probably, you guys were all watching World Cup either in the stadium or on television. The final competition between Argentina team and French team was really a very fierce, very interesting competition. It's probably a very historical one as well. So him winning and him becoming a GOAT, greatest of all time, also helped us build our brand. So things like that, we really are working hard. Right now in 2025, we are looking at more mass adoption in terms of the institutional side. I know especially like OKX have been doing really good in serving both retail users and institutional users. For us, we just started the journey this year. So 2025, institutional adoption is a very key strategy that we have. So maybe little things like that, we just try to do the right things at the right time. But whether, what is the right thing, what is the right time, and how to avoid risk is I guess it's a art and technology and technical thing that we need to balance. But the key thing is to always put our users first, like what they need. Product-wise, technology-wise, security-wise, marketing-wise, what do they need, and we will try to provide. That's all.
Thank you. Okay, so Gracie mentioned that people are still looking for some projects with 10x or 100x returns. So I believe, Ryan, how many projects you've been talked to? Like how many projects from all the career that you have?
Yes, so, yeah,
Over 1,000?
Definitely so many. Like
Right?
every year, yeah, we are like just covering like over 300, 500.
Yes.
But there's a entrance of the funnel, but eventually, we pick like a 20 to 30 portfolio out of the year.
Then have you seen like any like technological innovations, advancement that's very impressive?
Yeah, I think still a lot of like discussion is happening around like a technical improvement or infrastructure, like AI. Now just AI just came in, so obviously like the original the improvement from the AI is happening in the closed AI on Silicon Valley, but crypto is all about I think a connection and all about like marketplace and finance. So let's say the example about AI is that I think currently the AI narrative came to blockchain, but mainly I think they have to target a very niche market rather than competing with just mainstream AI. So, for example, if they want to make an LLM, they have to compete with OpenAI, but that doesn't make sense because all the capital like coming to now Silicon Valley, and I think like BitTensor or some of the AI projects, they're like finding, for example, like some of the very niche content area or some like Bitcoin related AI. I think that is now valuable. The other like improvement of technology is not many recently, but there are more. I think we are looking at the consumer oriented product. And that means like still UI UX around the blockchain is very not like user friendly. So we like she said, I think more improvement is needed in the UI UX area.
And how about you, Chief Innovation Officer, Jason?
Yeah, I think look, we don't. I'm not on. We do have a VC arm. I'm not on that side, but we do come across a lot of technologies, partners. And I think a key theme for this year, I think that's what we're here to talk about, is from us, it's expanding access to our technologies, our ecosystem, to the wider sort of broader stakeholder set, right? Gracie, you mentioned about institutions. We recently announced a partnership with Standard Chartered, right? We're bringing and working with institutions around the world. There's policyholders, there's policymakers and regulators. We just got our license in Europe just a couple weeks ago. So we're really excited to be able to bring our products to a wider audience around the world. And then if you pivot slightly to a more Web3 native focus, we've been pretty proud with our progress on the OKX wallet, which is a self-custodial wallet. You get to access everything on chain. We've seen something like 10x growth over the past year. And it's just really cool to see how users are now getting more familiar with self-custodying assets, taking those crypto assets and doing things with it, like on vanilla finance. And exploring all the cool things that people are building. And so our goal is to enhance that access across that wide spectrum of stakeholders around.
Thank you. So next question is for everyone. So since this industry is still growing rapidly, do you see any opportunities and challenges? They're in the same page. So can I ask Michael first?
Sure, yeah. I think Jason made a good point there. In the last 2 cycles, I think centralized exchanges really dominated the space, and there's some centralized exchanges here, so I'll be careful with what I say. But I think that DEXs have come a really long way in terms of user experience and onboarding. They've definitely solved a lot of the problems. I think Jupyter and a lot of the AMMs really help solve that, but also the UI experience, UX. The OKX wallet is, one of my favorite products, I think, right now, other than vanilla, of course. But yeah, we're definitely seeing a shift. The original ethos of crypto was that your assets, you own them, and in some way centralized exchanges came into the industry and kind of took that away. And I think that a lot of things about security and self-custodial and all of that has really been a conversation for a long time. I think centralized exchanges are super important. But I think that DEXs are starting to pull liquidity away from that. And I think that it's important that centralized exchanges in the future shift into also thinking about creating DEX products, which a lot of the exchanges are now doing. So I think that's an important step.
Since you're taking shots at us, I will chime in a little bit. Look, I think, I've been at OKX for almost 9 years now. We've been doing this for 12 years, 13 years now. And I think it's part of that journey, right? I think from at least what we see is users learn about crypto. They want to get exposed, whether for, like Gracie said, gains or learn through sports and things like that. But they need an easy, familiar way to get access. And I think that's where our role comes in. But to your point, decentralized exchange trading, I think last I looked at the end of January, the ratio between DEX trading volume versus centralized exchange trading volume, all-time highs, right? At 20, 26, 27%. That's a really positive sign. And indeed, we are developing DEX tools, right? We're providing access to your platform, but also we have a DEX aggregator that we're pretty proud of. Again, really strong growth. I think like 20x growth over the past year. I think we're now number 3 behind 1inch. It's an aggregator of all sort of protocols and aggregators out there. And we're seeing competitive. Sorry, I don't like the word competitor in this sense because we're also trying to grow the pie, right? But other wallets like Phantom Wallet, for example, uses and integrates our DEX aggregator into their wallet platform. So it is bringing access. It's about showing that these DEX tools are viable and making them visible for users to play with.
Sorry to chime in again. I think there's no enemy. It's DEX and SEX, centralized exchange. We're definitely not enemies. As Jason mentioned, both OKX wallet and we also have a wallet arm, bigger wallet. These are probably 2 of the largest centralized exchanges, enabled wallets. And what we are trying to do here is a lot integration. For example, Biget wallet is a standalone wallet, just like any of the DEX like MetaMask or Trust Wallet. But we are also integrating some of the functions into our main Biget centralized exchange app. For example, we just launched something called Biget Sid, which is a platform where our team chose about 2 to 5 different tokens on a daily basis where we see lots of growth. We won't be able to list those tokens immediately on centralized exchange because right now, the retail users on centralized exchanges, they still expect that your token listing to be a relatively selective group. They won't have the ability nor the risk tolerance level like the users on, for example, Pump.fun, where they expect probably 99% of the tokens will go to 0 on the second day. The user risk tolerance level is very, very different. But again, it's not an enemy. So this is a very interesting panel. But I guess all 3 of us, our points here is it's a lot integration. It's a lot about having a good balance and providing different user experiences to different users groups.
maybe yeah. I'm a little bit like observer here, like because I'm not a competitor of the views. But now we are also we have our own custody service in Korea. We made a joint venture with the largest bank named the KB. We are preparing like onboarding like institutions. I think the next era will be how we can safely onboard like institutions. Already like from Trump period. Wall Street, BlackRock, they already made the ETF, but from this year, a lot of structured product and the institution help be onboarded to the exchanges, custody service, and like so many different type of financial institutions. So far, it was all the liquidity was from the retail. Of course, I think DEX has a lot of opportunity on board like institutions as well. Some of the like hedge funds already put liquidity to the DEX or lending protocol. I think eventually the Web2, Web3 will be converged, and DEX and centralized exchange, I think theoretically will be very mixed. And I think this is a quite exciting year to see so many institutions participation.
I think the competition of decentralized exchange and centralized exchange, this question has been start from a long time ago. But I want to know if there's any specific new trends that you think it's gonna dominate the Web3 industry in this year. From Jason.
We heard some of this in the previous panel, but RWAs obviously. But I think for us in particular, I think stablecoins and I think the use case of stablecoins as a payment mechanism is going to really take off. I think there's a lot of momentum, both from policy side. In the U.S., there's a stablecoin bill that's fingers crossed will come to play 6 to 9 months from now. And even at us at OKX, we're excited about that prospect and building. We're going to be building some tools and product features that will target that use case. So I think that's going to be a big one.
I'd say two. One is AI. Two. The second one is institution and even national drive of Bitcoin adoption, either through Bitcoin strategic reserve or maybe through supporting more user-friendly or crypto-friendly regulations. Chiming a little bit on each of them. So AI, as it's just an old topic, everyone talks about AI. But if you really look at the total market cap of AI today in crypto, including biggest projects like AI 16Z, like virtuals, etc. The total market cap of this whole crypto/AI sector is only about 30 billion. And if you look at certain centralized exchanges token, it's probably similar size already. So I see lots of growth potential in AI, and I know lots of things are happening among not just AI agents. And in my opinion, some of those crypto AI agents are not agents; they're just like AI chatbots. Chatbots. And I'm really expecting to see a lot more real innovations, like frameworks between and protocols between the communication of different AI agents, and of course the creation of like real AI agents to drive certain area of our daily lives innovation. And AI will be paid one day in the future, if not now. And they have to be paid by cryptocurrency because they won't be able to go to the bank and open a bank account. So I think the crossover between these two sectors, AI and crypto, see lots of potential. I'm actually heading to the US tonight, go to East Denver, and after that I'll go to Silicon Valley to talk to a lot of like AI projects, including certain courses at Stanford, try to understand what's really happening on that edge, which I think will be a major narrative in 2025 and 26, and probably in the upcoming 10 years. It has a big potential to become a driving narrative like what we saw in DeFi, in the public blockchain, things like that. Not just a small sector, not a small size like certain GameFi, SocialFi. I think AI has much more potential than that. And the second part, we saw a lot of institutional drive already in 2024 since the SEC, the US SEC, approved the Bitcoin spot ETF and later on Ethereum spot ETF. But in the upcoming 10 years, I think we expect to see more nations adoption. Czech Republic has mentioned that they are thinking about setting aside 5% of their total reserve into Bitcoin, and I think they are one of the most serious European countries to think about that. We all know that Donald Trump has said that there will be a U.S. strategic reserve of Bitcoin. From my conversations with some of their crypto advisors in the current Trump administration, I think it's still very early stage right now. They're still negotiating on lots of terms. For example, whether they include not just Bitcoin, but also other major cryptocurrencies, Solana, XRP, etc., for the national reserve, things like that. So my point is, it's still very early stage, but I expect to see more institutional adoptions and even national adoptions in the upcoming few years.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with all their points. RWA is institutional, more governments getting involved in crypto. I think these are all the things that we want to see. I think the way I want to answer this question is it's difficult for us to see, like we all say that these are going to be the next things, but I think the industry, for the first time ever, it shifts so much faster than it did before. One week it's this narrative, next week it's another narrative. And I think that meme coins play a big part in that, because a lot of people think that narratives are set by meme coins, especially people that are inside of the meme coin space full time. But I think we have to take a big step back. And the panel before us talked a lot about that, that take a much longer view on crypto and don't expect 100x return today, expect something over more of a longer term. So I think that for me, the most important thing is definitely RWAs. I've always been very bullish on them. AI is a tough one for me. I obviously see the value in AI, but I also think that decentralization combined with AI is a whole nother complexity. Obviously, it allows things to be less biased, but it also puts a big strain on the way that AI can collect data, which is ultimately the most important thing with AI, is how fast you can collect data and how much you can collect. So in some ways, AI does make a little bit sense to be centralized. That's just my personal opinion. And then in terms of governments, I think governments are super important. I don't advise governments to create meme coins anymore, but I think that them getting into the space, putting a reserve away for Bitcoin or some sort of good asset is great. I think that that's something that all governments should look into doing.
Yeah, I think I already covered a lot of areas like a stablecoin, RWA, institution. I think maybe I can add a little bit different color. Out of the RWA, we are lead investor of a Story Protocol. So I believe the IP would be one of the most important RWA in the world because very digital native. There's no border, and IP will be, I personally believe, one of the largest assets in the far future. But in the near future, definitely we need to make a kind of foundation for how we can share the revenue from the IP revenue to IP holder. Now, like a meme coin, there's a fake Trump coin, like thousands of fake Trump coin came out, and eventually official Trump coin came out. So many fake copy, and copyright is very vague. So we need a kind of like an eventual ledger for the IP. And on top of it, I believe still the gaming market is very, very, I think not excited at all. Even though there's so many investment happened, but that's because I think the distribution channel is very missing. Still, we are very quite dependent on the PC, web, and mobile. But I'm really looking for the new distribution channel. For example, Sui is making their own console. I'm not sure this is a final answer, but I think making a new hardware, it will be one of the answer for. Adding a new distribution channel. And for the AI, maybe robotics is maybe recently a lot of investors are chipping in, because already LLM is highly matured. Already competition is almost over. But in the AI, but like robotics, I think Asia has a strong, quite strong here. So many manufacturers here, and like if you make a really good robotics, then you can find a lot of clients here. So recently we invest in like AI robotics with the top professors in Asia, and I think it will be a next big work will happen in that sector.
Okay, thank you. Thank you everyone for coming, and thank you MPulse to hosting this amazing event. See you next time. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you all the panelists.